I hate a liar. I do. I hate a liar. I hate a cheat. I hate a thief. Because they'll do anything and everything in the name of money. Right? Even though they can't take none of this with them. Case in point. As the current administration rolls in, the things that were said are not being adhered to. There is nothing being said about bringing the housing prices down. Nothing being said about bringing grocery prices, gas prices, none of that. That was the lie that was told to many people. And so as a result of such, the 92% and the 80% that voted have vowed to emancipate themselves. And part of that emancipation is, you can have something negative to say all you want. We're not responding. Dry up. Dry up. You got what you wanted. And a year from now, I'd love to hear what you have to say. To my Latino community, though many of you did indeed vote the way the 92% voted, a lot of the men folk did not. Now, what this means, you know what that roundup they were talking about? Okay, they call it the Brown Roundup, which will begin as soon as Donald Trump gets into this office. And so in saying that, and then we have, what is his name, Homan? Yeah, he seems very brutal. He seems unapologetic, and he seems very focused on being able to remove a lot of brown people. Now, when people buy houses, there's nothing on there to state whether you're a U.S. citizen or not. And so if you're not, even though if you have worked here all this time and you may have been waiting for your green card or whatever the case may be, and you purchased a home, just know that there's a letter circling around in Orange County of Oregon. It is in Oregon, okay? And what they have done is they have put it out there to all of their residents to surveil you. Yes. Yes. They even told people to go to the churches, sit in the parking lot, sit at the Catholic churches, because that's where a lot of them are, and start to write down their license plates numbers and send that into Homeland Security. They also mentioned that when you go and pick up your children, you're seeing brown people, come on out the building, write down their license plate number, and send it to Homeland Security. So you have folks, even though you may have wanted to be part of the American dream, this is the American nightmare that you were not told of. But you should have known better, because you should have listened to the 92%. It seems to me that a lot of folks that have a skin tone as I do, still do not like the skin tone that I do, even if it's their own. And they would much rather go into this other part because it looks like that's where all of the dreams are. But what they're going to do is they're going to round you up and they're going to take your home. Yeah. Don't you remember when the president-elect mentioned that after the roundup of all of the brown folks that there would be a lot of housing? Yeah, but you know, that housing is also not going to be sold to African Americans, might I add. It's going to go as a huge discount to the white population. That was the goal. That was the plan. You have to listen to folks when they are speaking. All right? Don't let social media move your brain and so fast that you miss what people are honestly telling you. But now it is done. Now it is done. So, not sure what you would like to do, what you're going to do, or whatever the case may be, but there's a problem. Houston, there indeed is a problem. Now, lastly, we're going to talk about bending the knee and kissing the ring and everything else, okay? We're going to talk about Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg. He indeed has now removed the fact-checking piece of his platform, Facebook. And so there will be no more fact-checking on there. And so what is happening right now is that they are getting ready to just, because they see that social media platforms like TikTok which doesn't fact check. So TikTok, so Facebook is following along. What I will say is that now this world will be full of lies, nothing to be checked. And so many folks have succumbed to just listening to what other people are saying, whether it's true or not. And if it speaks to their heart, you might want to re-examine your heart. But if you have resentments and contrite and whatnot in your heart, and for whatever reason, just know that you're going to be a product of this, and you will be enslaved to this type of medium that folks are moving into. So I wish everybody well. I'm just putting it out there on what you need to be aware of. Keep in mind, January 20th, Emancipation of the 92% book is coming out. It will be on Kindle. It will be on Amazon. I chose January 20th specifically because it's the day before this so-called inauguration. And it is also a representation of Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. I felt it very fitting versus releasing it on the 1st. So I just want to remind everybody, especially that 92%, we are not engaging in any type of way, shape, form, or fashion. We are sitting back. We are resting. We are paying attention to ourselves. We are working on our mind, bodies, and souls and our families. We are no longer concerned with what is happening outside of that. We will support one another because it's time. Enough. Power to the people.